Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What if I told you that some people are marked by God for something greater? That there are individuals walking this earth who carry invisible marks that set them apart from the rest. You see, being chosen is not about titles, wealth, or status. No, my friend. It is about the unseen marks imprinted on your soul, signs that heaven recognizes, even when the world does not. The first mark of a chosen one is a deep sense of purpose. There is something powerful about knowing that you were created for more than just existing. It is a deep, unshakable feeling that whispers to you in the quiet moments of life, urging you forward even when you don't have all the answers. This sense of purpose is not something that can be taught. It is something embedded within you from the beginning. It is a divine imprint, a calling greater than yourself, pulling you towards something beyond the ordinary. People who carry this mark often find that they are restless in places where others are content. While some may be satisfied with a life of routine, those who are chosen feel an undeniable urge to pursue something greater. They can sit in the same room as others, hear the same conversations, and yet feel like they are being called to a higher dimension. It is not arrogance, it is an inner knowing that their assignment is different. This deep sense of purpose is often accompanied by a dissatisfaction with mediocrity. When you are chosen, you cannot settle. Even when you try, something inside of you resists complacency. It is as if your soul rejects the idea of living beneath your potential. You may find yourself asking questions that others don't. Is there more to life than this? Why do I feel like I was born for something greater? What is the reason behind everything I have gone through? These questions are signs that destiny is stirring within you. Many who carry this mark face seasons of frustration because they sense their purpose but do not yet know how to walk in it. This is a defining moment where faith is required. The feeling of being called is not enough. You must seek direction, wisdom, and clarity. It is in these moments that God refines you, shaping you through challenges, setbacks, and delays. The waiting period is not a sign that you are lost. It is preparation for where you are going. Chosen individuals often experience a deep longing to create, build, or influence. They are visionaries, pioneers, and leaders in their own right, even before the world recognizes them. They carry dreams so big that they seem impossible, but that is the nature of divine purpose. It is never something you can accomplish alone. It will always require faith, perseverance, and a willingness to trust the process. This mark also separates you from the crowd. While others may be comfortable following the trends of the world, those with a sense of purpose are driven by something different. They make decisions based on their calling, not convenience. They sacrifice momentary pleasures for long-term impact. Their focus is not on fitting in, but on fulfilling the assignment placed on their lives. Having a deep sense of purpose means that life's obstacles do not deter you, they push you. When difficulties arise, rather than quitting, you adjust, learn, and grow. This inner drive does not allow you to remain stagnant. It forces you to seek, to explore, and to expand beyond your limits. It is what wakes you up in the morning with a burden on your heart and keeps you pressing forward, even when others don't understand. The second mark is unshakable faith in the midst of trials. Faith is not truly tested in times of comfort. It is refined in the fire of trials. When you carry the mark of the chosen, your journey will not be easy. The path is often filled with challenges, obstacles, and moments where everything seems to be working against you. But what sets you apart is not the absence of trials. It is the way you respond to them. You do not break under pressure, nor do you allow circumstances to dictate your belief. Instead, you remain steadfast, anchored in the knowledge that you are divinely guided. Unshakable faith is not just optimism or positive thinking. It is a deep-rooted conviction that no matter what comes your way, you will overcome. This kind of faith does not waver in the face of adversity. It does not retreat when the storms of life rage. While others may crumble under the weight of uncertainty, you stand firm because you know who holds your future. Even when doors close, even when prayers seem unanswered, even when all logic says to give up, something inside of you refuses to quit. This is the faith that sees beyond the immediate struggle. It understands that trials are not meant to destroy you, but to shape you. Every hardship you endure is refining you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the greatness ahead. The chosen ones understand that their faith is not in their own strength, but in the one who called them. And because of that, they walk with confidence. Not because they have all the answers, but because they trust in the one who does. Many times, those marked with this faith will face storms that seem unfair. The betrayals, the losses, the setbacks, things that should have broken them. Yet, despite it all, they continue to rise. This is the evidence of unshakable faith. It is not about never feeling pain, fear, or disappointment. It is about standing firm in the midst of them, refusing to allow them to dictate your destiny. It is about looking at a situation that seems impossible and still believing that a way will be made. This kind of faith confuses people. They will see your life, see what you've been through, and wonder why you are still standing. How did you survive when others gave up? How did you keep going when everything was against you? The answer is simple. You knew you were never alone. Even in the darkest moments, you sensed the divine presence guiding you, strengthening you, and reminding you that your story was not over. Unshakable faith is what separates those who fulfill their purpose from those who give up too soon. It is what causes you to keep pressing forward when you have every reason to quit. It is what turns obstacles into stepping stones and trials into testimonies. And most importantly, it is what allows you to remain at peace even when the world around you is in chaos, because you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are divinely guided. The third mark is a heart for service. There is a distinct quality that sets apart those who are truly chosen, a heart that beats for service. It is not driven by selfish ambition or the need for recognition, but by a deep desire to uplift, inspire, and help others. This mark is not something that can be faked or forced. It is an intrinsic part of who you are. Even when no one is watching, even when no applause is given, you find joy in serving because it is a reflection of your purpose. A heart for service is not just about acts of kindness. It is about a mindset, a way of life. It is the ability to see beyond yourself, to recognize the struggles of others, and to step in with a spirit of generosity and compassion. While the world teaches people to seek status, power, and personal gain, the chosen ones understand that true greatness is found in servanthood. They do not serve for attention or rewards. They serve because they are called to. This mark manifests in different ways. Some may find themselves naturally drawn to helping the broken, the lost, and the overlooked. Others may feel a burden to teach, to lead, or to mentor those who need guidance. But no matter the form, the motivation remains the same: to make a difference. There is a deep fulfillment that comes from seeing someone else rise, knowing that you played a small part in their journey. This is the heart of those who are truly chosen. But make no mistake, having a heart for service does not mean being weak or allowing yourself to be used. It is not about people-pleasing or seeking approval. It is about walking in alignment with your divine assignment, knowing that your impact goes beyond what the eye can see. You may never receive a thank you, and many times your acts of service may go unnoticed. But when you are chosen, you do not need human validation to continue. You know that every seed you plant, every life you touch, is recorded in a greater plan. One of the greatest tests of this mark is whether you can continue to serve, even when it is inconvenient. It is easy to help when it is comfortable, but true servanthood is revealed when it costs you something. when it requires sacrifice, when it demands patience, when it stretches you beyond your limits. And yet, even in those moments you find joy because your reward is not in the hands of people, but in fulfilling the purpose for which you were created. Having a heart for service also means that you see potential where others see problems. You do not just look at people for who they are today, you see who they could become. You believe in others even when they do not believe in themselves. You encourage, you uplift, you push them toward greatness, because something within you understands that your purpose is tied to what you give, not just what you receive. This is why the chosen ones stand out. They are not chasing success just for themselves. They are building something greater than themselves. They know that legacy is not measured by what you accumulate, but by the lives you impact. And so they continue serving, giving, pouring into others, not for recognition, not for applause, but because it is simply who they are. One of the clearest signs that you are chosen is the level of opposition you face. It is not ordinary resistance, not just the usual struggles of life. It is an unusual, relentless pressure that seems to come against you at every turn. It is as if forces beyond what you can see are working overtime to stop you, to silence you, to break you. But the reason for this battle is simple. The enemy fights you harder because of the greatness inside you. From the moment you stepped into awareness of your purpose, the attacks began. The setbacks, the betrayals, the disappointments, they were not random. They were strategic. The opposition in your life is not because you are weak, it is because you are dangerous. You are a threat to darkness, a carrier of something powerful, and the enemy knows that if you ever walk fully in who you were created to be, nothing will be able to stop you. Look at your life. Have you ever wondered why things seem harder for you than for others? Why does it feel like every time you take one step forward, something comes to push you 2 steps back? Why do you face resistance in places where others seem to move freely? It is because you are not ordinary. Ordinary people do not face extraordinary battles. Those who are chosen, those who have a divine assignment, will always attract a greater level of warfare. The enemy does not waste his efforts on people who have no impact. He does not bother those who are content with mediocrity. He targets those who are destined for greatness, those who are carrying something that will shift lives, break chains, and bring light into darkness. This is why the struggles you face often come out of nowhere. The enemy is not just attacking where you are attacking, where you are going. But here is the truth. Opposition is not a sign of defeat. It is confirmation that you are on the right path. The more intense the attack, the greater the destiny. The enemy only fights what he fears. If you were not carrying something valuable, he would leave you alone. But because you have been marked, because there is a divine purpose on your life, he is trying everything to stop you before you reach your full potential. The opposition may come in different forms. Sometimes it is external, people turning against you, doors closing, unexpected losses. Other times it is internal, doubt, fear, discouragement, trying to convince you to quit. But regardless of how it comes, you must remember this. The attacks are proof that you are carrying something worth fighting for. The enemy would not be fighting you this hard if you were not a threat. This is why you must press on. Every time you rise despite the attacks, every time you push forward despite the resistance, you prove that the enemy's weapons will not prosper. You may bend, but you will not break. You may stumble, but you will not fall. Because what is inside of you is stronger than anything coming against you. And the very thing that was meant to destroy you will become the testimony that propels you into your destiny. The fifth mark is supernatural insight and discernment. There is something different about those who are truly chosen. They do not just see with natural eyes, they perceive with spiritual insight. While others are blinded by what is on the surface, they have the ability to see deeper. They can discern motives, recognize patterns, and detect shifts in the spiritual atmosphere. This is not learned through books or human wisdom. It is a gift, a divine ability given to those with a higher calling. Supernatural insight is not just intelligence, it is revelation. It is the ability to know things that were never spoken, to sense danger before it appears, to feel when something is not right, even when everything looks fine. It is that unexplainable knowing that warns you before making a wrong decision. While others are fooled by appearances, you can discern the truth hidden beneath the surface. Many times this insight causes you to walk a different path. You do not follow trends just because they are popular. You do not accept opportunities just because they look good. You understand that not everything that glitters is gold, and not every open door is from God. There have been times when people around you did not understand your choices. They wondered why you walked away from certain relationships, why you declined certain opportunities, why you remained quiet when everyone else was speaking. But what they did not know was that you saw something they could not see. This is why those who carry this mark often feel set apart. They do not fit in with the crowd because they are not meant to. Their insight makes them different, their discernment makes them cautious, and their wisdom makes them move with precision. And while others are confused by life's events, they walk with clarity. They do not live in fear of the unknown because they understand that what is unseen is often more real than what is seen. But make no mistake, this gift comes with responsibility. When God gives you insight, it is not for your benefit alone. It is so that you can be a light to others. Many times, you will see dangers ahead before others do. You will recognize deception before it is exposed. You will feel when something is spiritually off, even when there is no physical evidence. And this is where wisdom must accompany discernment. Not everything you see should be spoken. Not everything you know should be revealed. The chosen ones understand that some battles are won in silence, through prayer and through divine timing. Supernatural insight is both a blessing and a burden. It allows you to walk with confidence, but it also isolates you. It gives you answers, but it also makes you more aware of the battles happening around you. But those who carry this mark would not trade it for anything, because they know that it is what keeps them from being deceived, what protects them from destruction, and what ensures that every step they take is divinely guided. The sixth mark is divine favor and protection. There is something undeniable about those who are truly chosen. No matter where they go, no matter what challenges they face, favor follows them. While others struggle to force doors open, opportunities seem to find them. While others fall under the weight of adversity, they rise stronger. It is not because they are the most qualified, the most connected, or the most deserving. It is because they walk under divine favor and protection. When you are chosen, there are moments in your life that cannot be explained by logic. Times when you should have failed, but somehow you succeeded. Moments when the odds were stacked against you, but suddenly things shifted in your favor. Situations where you should have been harmed, but something unseen shielded you. This is the evidence of divine hands working behind the scenes, orchestrating events in ways beyond human understanding. Divine favor does not mean life is easy, but it does mean that even in difficult seasons you will find breakthroughs that others cannot explain. What takes years for others to accomplish, you will achieve in months. Where others meet resistance, you will find access. And even in moments when it seems like doors are closing, it is only because God is redirecting you to something greater. This favor is not earned, it is appointed. It is not something you can manufacture through connections or manipulation. It is the supernatural grace that rests on those who are called for a purpose bigger than themselves. And because of this favor, people will wonder how you keep overcoming, how you keep rising, how you keep moving forward despite every obstacle. But along with favor comes divine protection. There are dangers you never saw, attacks that were planned against you but never reached you, enemies that set traps for you but fell into their own pit. Sometimes the greatest miracles are the things that never happened, the accidents that were avoided, the betrayals that were exposed before they could harm you, the sudden changes in direction that kept you from destruction. Have you ever wondered why certain relationships ended abruptly? Why some opportunities slipped through your fingers? Why certain doors remained closed no matter how hard you tried? It was not rejection, it was protection. The favor on your life does not just bring blessings, it also removes distractions, detours, and hidden dangers. What you thought was a loss was actually God's way of shielding you from something that could have destroyed you. And this is why those who are chosen walk with confidence. They do not fear what is ahead because they know they are covered. They do not beg for opportunities because they know the right doors will open at the right time. They do not waste energy on battles that are not theirs to fight because they understand that they are divinely protected. When you carry this mark, people will notice. Some will admire you, others will resent you. Some will try to figure out your secret, but they will never understand that what covers you is not of this world. It is the favor and protection of a divine hand, ensuring that no matter where life takes you, you will never walk alone. Those who are chosen carry a mark that is unmistakable, a life marked by transformation. It is not just that they experience change themselves, it is that their very presence brings change to the world around them. The chosen ones do not simply alter their own path. They have the power to transform others, to uplift those who are lost, and to inspire those who are stuck in the ordinary. There is a divine ability to shape environments and influence minds, not through force or manipulation, but through the wisdom and example they carry. When you are chosen, your life is a living testimony of what is possible when you align with your divine purpose. The transformation within you is so profound that it cannot be hidden. It radiates from the inside out, touching everyone you encounter. You do not need to preach to make an impact. Your actions speak louder than any sermon. Your walk becomes a model for others to follow. Your mindset, your attitude, your resilience, they become a blueprint for those who need direction. But the transformation is not just external. It starts deep within, where the old self is replaced by something greater. You no longer think the way you used to, act the way you used to, or respond the way you used to. A shift happens at the core of your being. And that shift is what enables you to transform those around you. People who come into contact with you feel the change. They sense that something is different about you, and it compels them to change as well. This transformation is not limited to a select few who are worthy or ready. It touches everyone. You may not even be aware of the impact you are having, but those around you are being changed. A conversation with you might spark something in someone's heart that has been dormant for years. A smile from you might restore someone's hope. The way you live your life, the decisions you make, the way you carry yourself, all of it serves as a silent but powerful witness to the power of transformation. This mark of transformation is closely linked to wisdom. The wisdom you carry is not just book knowledge. It is a deeper divine understanding of life and purpose. It is the ability to see beyond the surface, to understand the heart of a matter, and to speak life into situations that seem hopeless. It is a wisdom that grows with experience and is refined through trials. But it is also a wisdom that is imparted from a higher source. Those who are truly chosen do not just know things. They understand things in a way that makes others take notice. And while the transformation may be evident in your personal life, it is most apparent in the lives of those you touch. Those who encounter you, whether in the workplace, the home, or in passing, are never the same. Your words, your actions, and your presence leave an imprint on their lives that goes beyond temporary influence. It plants seeds of change that grow over time, shaping them into the person they are meant to be. This is the power of a life marked by transformation. It does not just affect the moment, it echoes into eternity. Being chosen means that your life is not just for you, it is a vessel through which others are transformed. Your purpose is not limited to personal success, but is intricately woven into the success of others. Every time you change, you give permission for someone else to change. Every time you overcome, you inspire someone else to rise. And through your transformation, you become a catalyst for the transformation of the world around you. My friends, when you carry these invisible marks, you cannot live an ordinary life. You cannot fit into places that were never meant for you. You cannot walk the path of the common when you have been chosen for something uncommon. The hand of God is upon you, and that means your journey will be different. It will not always be easy, but it will always be purposeful. Some will question you, some will oppose you, some will try to diminish the calling on your life, but remember this: what God has placed inside of you cannot be removed by man. No amount of resistance can cancel the assignment on your life. No enemy, no trial, no rejection can take away the mark of divine favor, unshakable faith, and supernatural insight that sets you apart. So I challenge you today, do not shrink back from who you are. Do not fear the opposition. Do not be discouraged by the process. The trials, the challenges, the closed doors, they are all shaping you for something greater. You have been chosen to rise above. You have been chosen to transform lives. You have been chosen to walk in favor that defies human understanding. Now is the time to embrace it. Walk boldly, stand firmly, trust completely. Because when God marks you as His own, there is no power in heaven or on earth that can erase what He has spoken over your life. You are not ordinary. You are set apart. You are chosen. Now go and live like it.